Thank you everyone for helping to make this possible. A lot of moving parts, quite literally, as you saw today, to make it all work so we can all be in here while still socially distant for an awesome event to hear from some excellent seniors, one-time 8th graders in the middle school, a couple of my students. And it is amazing that we are going to steal them for part of their day today to share their experiences at the high school so that you as 8th graders know what you have to look forward to in just a couple weeks' time, approximately 28, not that anyone's counting. So in a moment, we're going to turn over to the first speaker. And again, their goal is to just share with you the vast number of possibilities that are before you. Many different paths in front of you. They're going off in many different directions. So please, I'm sure you're going to be in your best behavior, be an excellent audience, and we will give you an opportunity to ask questions throughout the conversation. So without further ado, Ms. Heim, you have the floor. This would be a great time for applause for Ms. Heim.
Hi everyone, I'm Maria. I am going to Northwestern University in Chicago next year. I'll be studying journalism and political science there. So I remember being in 8th grade, sitting in the audience, and during this presentation, I totally tuned it out. And that was because I was so set on going to Central Catholic for the next 4 years. It wasn't until August that I kind of weighed the costs and benefits and whatnot that I decided to come to Timberlane. And I will tell you that without these past 4 years, I don't think I would have been getting into the colleges I was accepted to and had the opportunities that I did at Timberlane. So I strongly encourage you to consider Timberlane from any further ado. One of the main things that I'm involved in at the high school is Student Council. I'm the president of Student Council, and this is one of the main organizations that I recommend joining when you get to the high school. It gives you a glimpse of what Timberlane and what the culture is like here. Some of the things we do are spirit events, such as Spirit Week. We have dress-up days. We hold a lot of fundraisers for the school. And it's just a great way to get into a great community of students who are really passionate about the community they're surrounded by. Another thing that I was interested in was starting a lot of student journalism opportunities. So that's anything from newspaper to broadcast to radio, podcasts, etc. And because of the pandemic, I didn't really get to where I wanted to go with that, but I do write for our student newspaper called The Hoot, and I think that over high school it's given me a great opportunity to just really hear stories from students and staff. Another thing that I've been involved in at Timberlane is volunteering and doing a lot of community service. We have some great organizations that just want to get entrenched in the community and really help out and make a difference here. And lastly, I'll talk a little bit about band. I'm the drum major of the band. I am obviously graduating, so we are looking for new drum majors. And I loved band. I think that some of my best high school memories are spending it with some people up on the stage, marching every Friday night. It's so nostalgic to be saying that out loud to all of you. I can't believe these 4 years have gone by this fast. But yeah, it's a little bit about me.
I know this is not the first time you've heard this, and it's definitely not going to be the last time. Oh, wait, oh my god. Hi, my name is Dr. Ackerman. I'm going to Northeastern University in Boston. I'm studying political science and human services. Okay, so I know it's not the first time you've heard this, and it's definitely not going to be the last time, but easily my favorite thing about Timberlane, there are so many options and so many paths you can go down. I know that my biggest piece of advice for y'all, take the hard class, take the fun class, and really involve yourself in extracurriculars, because it's gonna get hard, classes are gonna be tricky, and then you're gonna want those fun classes. This is one of the only times you're gonna really have all the opportunities to take art classes, you're gonna be able to take cooking, you're gonna be able to take music classes. There's really so many different possibilities. And then take the hard class. It sounds intimidating, people make it sound intimidating. I promise you, you can do it. The teachers seriously want to see you succeed. In high school, we have AP courses, which are advanced placement. You can earn college credit. It's rigorous, it's tricky, but there is such a huge range. They have AP courses in every single field. We have art classes, we have music classes that are AP that you can take online. It's like really incredible. And then with extracurriculars, there's everything. I'm telling y'all, like, it's really crazy how many things we have here. I'm really involved in government club and stuff like that. We go to Harvard, we do Harvard Model Congress, we go to Yale, we do things within the New Hampshire State House. It's such an incredible community to be able to join all these different organizations and help these like-minded individuals. So yeah, really, I know you guys are gonna hear it so much. You guys have heard it so many times before, but just like super quick, like really like take fun class, take fun class, and like apply yourself a lot. Good.
Hi guys, I'm Maggie. I'm going to be attending Georgetown University next year to study human sciences. And I'm really excited to talk to you guys today just about getting involved and really, like Max said, applying yourself. And something that I think is really important is to like find all of these opportunities, but really use it to find what you're super passionate about. You don't have to spread yourself too thin and just join clubs just to join them and say that I did this and this and this in high school, and like, what does that mean to you? Don't join the club just to like put it on your resume. Join the club to find out what you want to do, and then once you figure out what you're super passionate about, take the leadership position and expand upon that and find different clubs that you can like bring your perspective to and find something that really makes you happy. Something that I'm super involved in the school is community service, so I'm a part of a lot of different honor societies. And Key Club, I used to do Students of Service when that was a thing at our school. I'm the president of NHS, and in all of those different groups, there are so many different ways to help the community. In the different honor societies, I'm like the president of the Science Honor Society, I'm involved in Spanish Honor Society, and a big goal of ours is to like just get out to like younger students and encourage them to like really find a passion in like those different fields. One thing that I want to talk about is teacher relationships. So I found it really important to just take everything you can from your teachers. They've all been down so many different paths. They learned so many different things, like becoming a teacher. And I think that one huge thing that happened for me is I used to just stay after class a few minutes and just chat with my Spanish teacher. And I don't think I ever would have taken AP Spanish or considered minoring in Spanish in college if I hadn't done that. And it's just about like learning about so many different opportunities from your teachers. And once you make those relationships, you can make so many different things happen. There was not a chapter of Key Club at our school until 2 years ago. And after talking to teachers and making those relationships, you can make those things happen. And so many teachers just want to see you succeed, and they want to help you make those clubs or do super awesome things at the school, things that you want to happen, they will help you make happen. So I think it's really important to just make really good relationships with your teachers because they're going to help you a lot and they're awesome. And yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Lexi. So 4 years ago when I was sitting in your seats and there were students who did the CTE program, I never thought that I would do it because they didn't have a program that I was really interested in. But throughout the 4 years, I decided that what I was wanting to do before wasn't actually what I wanted to do. So I joined the CTE program at Salem, and I do the Health Science Technology program, where I am getting my LNA license this year. And you get so many opportunities to expand your knowledge in the health field. And next year I will be going to Coastal Carolina University and studying exercise and sports sciences, where I plan to pursue being an athletic trainer. throughout high school, I was involved in Best Buddies, which wasn't an organization I joined freshman year because I was a little nervous. But then I joined sophomore year, and now I am the president of Best Buddies with Katie. And Best Buddies is an organization for students who have intellectual and developmental disabilities where you're paired with other students within our school to create friendships. Best Buddies is one of my favorite things I joined in high school. It has created so many friendships with so many students who I don't have classes with and I just don't see very often in the building. And yeah. I was also a varsity cheerleader all 4 years of high school. I cheered for my whole life, but there's so many girls who try out and they have never cheered before, and it's the best thing. You meet so many people, and yeah, kind of just get involved. It'll be fun. You'll meet so many new people. There's so many different organizations you can join, and yeah.
Hi guys, I'm really nervous. You guys look all intimidating. So my name is JC LeCain, and in the fall I will be attending the University of Tampa in Florida. I will be studying pre-med biology with a concentration in nutritional sciences. So yeah. But one thing that I was really involved with in high school was the HOBE program. And basically, it stands for Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership. And then sophomore year, 2 people get selected from the whole grade to attend this leadership conference. It was, where's Shauna? Me and Shauna. And we went there and we learned just like a lot about leadership and community service. And you basically just go to like get these skills that you bring back to the high school. And it was good, like I liked it. But then, wait for it, I went to the national one in Chicago and it was the best experience of my life. I met friends that I don't think I'll ever forget. I'm meeting up with them in Disneyland this summer. Like, I made connections that I will never forget. I don't know if you guys watched The Office. I know Ray Wilson, like Dwight and stuff, but I met him there, and I developed a connection with him, and I still sometimes like email him. He is really a sweet person, so that was like really cool. So a big thing about HOBE is community service. In high school, I have over 1,000 hours. It's been something that I'm really passionate about. So things like NHS, and obviously HOBE, and then different honor societies are things I really think you guys should get involved in. It's like making it more about the community than just yourself. But there is one thing I'll say is that freshman year, I was one of the kids that was like, I need to get my college resume, I need to do everything I can. And I did that freshman and sophomore year, and I was miserable. I was involved in organizations that, if I'm being honest, I wasn't really passionate about. I was just in there. I wasn't really like actively participating. And I realized that that was not a good thing. So then junior and senior year, I really stepped back. I looked at the things I cared about, and I stuck with those, and I got like different positions in them, and it was good. So basically, the point of that is don't just join things just to get another head in there. Like, no one wants you there if you don't actually care about it. Like, I'm being honest. Like, that happened. We had to have like a talk in one of our things because like there were like over 200 students in the organization, and over like 100 of them would just show up to the meetings and then do nothing. But that being said, do try everything until you find the thing that you love. Another thing I was really involved in is dance team, and I was on the team freshman and sophomore year, and I've been a captain for the last 2 years. We dance at pep rally, we dance at basketball games. If you guys have any questions, you can like reach out to me on the dance team Instagram. But it's wicked fun. I suggest joining. There are kids from all different studios. I love it. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is orchestra. So I know a lot of you guys are already in orchestra. I've seen a lot of you at the concerts and stuff. I love it. I played in the pit for South Pacific and was going to play in the pit last year for Pippin, but then the show got canceled. But I have connections that I'll never forget. A lot of you knew Miss Pajak, and she was a huge inspiration in my life. And now we have Mr. Lyons, and I've been able to like maintain this connection with just the different teachers, and like it's like a second home for me. Like after school, I'm in the pack. Before school, I'm in the pack. Like if you're not already involved in the music program or the arts, like I suggest getting involved because it's literally a family and like you'll never lose that connection. But yeah, that's me. Bye guys.
Hello, my name is Ryan McClure. I'm going to be going to UMass Lowell. And when I was in 8th grade, I did cross country. I did all through middle school, 6th through 8th. I did cross country. And when I went into high school, my freshman year, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do it because I was nervous of new kids. You know, I was going to see freshmen through seniors. I was going to have to hang out with them. And I wasn't really sure if I wanted to, but I did it anyways. And it changed my high school experience for sure. Just the people you meet, it was my first introduction to high school and made a lot of connections, which is a big thing in high school. You meet many, many people, and it helped me do other sports like indoor track and outdoor track, and I've excelled in those. And so I'm going to UMass Lowell for electrical engineering, and at Timberlane we offer an engineering course, and it's run by PLTW, Project Lead the Way, and they are connected to colleges. So when you take the courses at Timberlane, you also can get college credits. When you go to college, you won't have to take those courses again, or if they make you do it again, it might lower the price or make it free. And all you have to do at Timberlane is take the course. I believe freshman and sophomore year you have to pay a very low price, and then junior year you get one for free. It's just general things of engineering. I won't get too much into what they are, but it definitely helped me decide that engineering is what I want to do and help me enhance my skills and learn other parts of engineering. Now I feel like I have a pretty broad range of understanding. Back to athletics though, coaches of all sports I've noticed are super nice, and they really help you push yourselves to do your best. And I couldn't thank my coaches enough, and just seeing other coaches as well, it's just amazing. But yeah, thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Christiana Costa, or Cece. Some of you guys may know me as Cece. I'm going to a dual enrollment program at Lemoyne College and Syracuse University, and I'm going to be working on my degree for environmental engineering and a minor in political science. I also did Project Lead the Way. They're really cool if you really want to go into like STEM, like engineering, stuff like that. But also, I'm very involved in our music program and our theater department. So our theater department is pretty cool. We do what we call straight plays and comedies. We also do musicals and things called 24 hours and one acts. And one acts in 24 hours are written by students in our playwriting courses. It's really fun. Like I really suggest you do it, even if you're not like interested in doing theater. It's low commitment compared to like performances that you put on. Also, shameless plug, we're doing Theory of Relativity this week on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Come see it, it's $5. Anyways, I'm also in chorus and orchestra, which is pretty cool. I'm an officer in orchestra. It's really cool. Like JC said, Mr. Lyons is great. Ms. Paycheck was also amazing. I did chamber orchestra. I also was in chamber singers in chorus last year. And chorus gives you this really good opportunity, at least in the last 2 years. We went to Boston and we performed for the governor Hawaiian songs because like his culture, he grew up Hawaiian. So that was really cool. What else? Oh, okay. So some of you guys who did chorus and orchestra like in middle school, you probably got nominated, or some of your peers got nominated for this festival, and you got to play with other kids from around the state. You got to do the same thing here, but you auditioned this time, and it's really cool because you get to meet other people, and it's like Hopi. You get to meet people, and you get to make really cool connections with people like you probably wouldn't meet anyways, and they have the same passions and the same energy for like music like you do. And so I went all 4 years. They have a classical and they have a jazz festival. Jazz festival is a little bit more selective, but it's a lot of fun. And classical, you sing like in a different language, and that's also kind of cool. So yeah, that's kind of it.
My name is Hannah Collins, and I will be attending Northumbria University in Newcastle, England, and I will be majoring in sport coaching. Over my 4 years at Timberlane, I've been involved in many different things. I've played soccer, basketball, and softball, which has actually led me to Life of an Owl. And through Life of an Owl, I've had many opportunities outside of the school, including the New England Student Leadership Conference, and the New Hampshire Student Leadership Committee. Like Cece and JC were saying, this committee and this conference led me to people who have the same passion as me. They're leaders in their schools, and they're also student athletes, which is really cool to find people who have the same passion as you, and you connect in a way that's kind of different from people at school. Through the athletics department, I have formed connections to my coaches. Like Ryan was saying, all the coaches at Timberlane care. They kind of have the same philosophy. It goes family, school, sports. So even though you're involved in many different things at school, and you may be worried about your grades or the project coming up, all coaches are very understanding, so don't let that deter you from participating in sports. And they have been, like Ryan was saying, they've changed my high school experience for the better. I've formed some of my fondest memories through the athletic department, and it is truly an introduction to high school, especially if you're doing a fall sport. You know people going into high school, which is a plus, especially like walking through the hallways. It's nice to see a familiar face. I'm also involved in student council. I'm my class vice president, which is awesome. Like Marie was saying, we put on Spirit Week, we put on multiple different events. I would suggest getting involved in student council because it is an awesome community of people. One thing I do suggest though is I'm involved in many different things, but I didn't get involved until like a little later. Like I eased myself into all of these activities because I was a little overwhelmed going into high school, and that's okay. You can start things later in your high school career, and people are still accepting of you. That's pretty much it.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth. I'm going to Northeastern University for biochemistry and bioengineering. I just kind of wanted to touch upon getting involved. I know everyone keeps saying oh, get involved, and honestly, do it, get involved. So I'm a part of the band. I'm the president of the band this year, and I think band is actually a really great thing to be a part of because the week before school starts every summer, we have band camp for marching band. And coming in as a freshman, it can be really nerve-wracking. You don't know anyone, you're not sure how anything goes. But I think it's a really great opportunity to meet upperclassmen and just to have someone that you know going into high school the first week. When I was a freshman, I met and became friends with a lot of seniors, and I still talk to a couple of them today. And it's a really great opportunity to just make those connections before school actually starts. I'm also a part of our school's jazz band, which is a really great thing too, because we go to a lot of festivals and you can meet a lot of people from different schools. And like Cece said, we have All-State, and the past couple of years I've gone there, and I've met people from other schools, and I still have those connections today. And even if you don't play a jazz instrument, or if you don't play an instrument at all, you can still learn, and it's a really great thing to do. So I know Max touched upon AP courses, but that's not the only thing you can do. Going in as a freshman, you guys all take the same classes, and it can be kind of boring, but once you get to your junior and senior years, you have opportunities to take classes that you're actually interested in. Not that you wouldn't be interested in the classes that you take as a freshman and sophomore, but you have more options. As a junior, I took an art class, and I'm taking another art class this year, which I wasn't really able to fit in my schedule as a freshman and sophomore because you have all these required classes that you have to take. But there's a lot of different fun classes. I know someone said there's art, music, cooking, and all those kinds of things. And you know, like, you don't have to take AP. There's also accelerated and CCP. Like, it all depends on like your, like, all the workloads are different, but that's totally an option like between you and like teachers you have. I'm also part of the math team, which is a really cool thing. It's really cool actually. And there's a lot of different like clubs and activities that you can join, like math team. And it's just a way to ultimately just like do something that you're interested in and to meet a lot of people that you probably wouldn't have met in any other way in the school. Yeah. Good goal.
Hi guys. Oh gosh, that's really loud. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm going to Purdue University in Indiana, and I'm majoring in law and society and journalism. So freshman year, I remember like sitting in you guys' seats, and I was like, oh wow, like freshman, that's so scary. But it's really not. It's fun. But I really didn't get involved my freshman year because, like other people said, it's kind of overwhelming. Like you're in a new school, you're with all these seniors, like everyone knows what they're doing, but it's not as scary as it seems. So sophomore year was like my time where I like flourished and like got out there. I got involved in Project Hope, which someone else will talk about, but I'm involved in NHS now, and Key Club, and Spanish Honor Society, and another honor society. But one of the main things is Key Club. I'm an officer, and our whole like motive is just to give back to our community because there are so many people like in need that we don't even know about that are in our community. So kind of just like think about all that going into high school. It's really fun to just, there's so many places like that you can go, and there's so many, what's the word, like environments and like communities that, like you guys all know each other because you grew up together, but like people that I'm close with now, I like didn't even know in 6th grade. Other than that, I'm a manager of a field hockey team, so people that like don't really want to do sports, but like to be involved, like I love watching sports, that's like a good opportunity. And you still get close with the team, you get to watch all the games, you get to do all that fun stuff. So yeah, like everyone else said, just like get involved. Because you don't want to regret these 4 years. I mean, you're only in high school for 4 years and that's it. But yeah, that's me.
Oh, what's up, ballers? My name is Katie Lonergan. I'm obviously, like everyone else here, a senior in high school, and I know you have a lot of people up here today who you have no idea who we are, and we're just like spitting all this random stuff at you, and basically repeating the same stuff, but that's what's important. I can assure you we're all as nervous as you are, if you can't tell. So, first I'm going to talk about one thing that I was one of the first people at our school to do, which is the Northern Essex Community College dual enrollment classes. So basically, starting my junior year, I took college classes as well as high school classes, and I took them at NECO Community College. So me and my best friend would get out at 10:30. We'd have 2 classes, 2 high school classes in the morning, get out at 10:30, and on Mondays and Wednesdays, we'd go over to Northern Essex for English from 12:30 to 1 something. And then on Tuesday and Thursdays, we'd get out same time, go over for psychology, and it was great. These classes will transfer to UNH for me as the same credits they would be. So I don't have to take any English classes when I go to college. And honestly, it was one of the best experiences of my high school career. I got to meet people from Sanborn High School and Haverhill High School both do it. I made really good friends. I was supposed to go to prom with someone from Sanborn last year, to their prom. And it's just like a super fun thing. It saves you a ton of money. and it gets you real college experience, and you get to, now I know what to expect going into next year, which makes it a lot less pressure. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is something Lex already touched on, Best Buddies. Like she said, we are co-presidents, and Best Buddies is my favorite thing I've ever done in my life, ever. Basically, like she said, we are an organization, it's an international organization, and if you join, we pair up our students with intellectual and developmental disabilities with our neurotypical students. And basically, the whole club is just about doing fun things with them. So we've done events like movie nights, bowling, dance parties, anything you can really think of, we do. And one of our buddies who graduated a while ago, I go to his house every week to still hang out with him. And it's just such a positive experience to make new friends and meet new people and really get a different perspective. And then last thing I'm going to talk about is swim team. I am a part of the swim team at the high school. And we have everyone from someone who didn't know how to do the different strokes this year to someone who's going D1 in college and broke virtually every New Hampshire record. So that wasn't me by the way, whether you know how to swim or not, as long as you can keep yourself afloat, you're welcome. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like swim practice is hard. It's not fun all the time. But our coaches are the best, and they're really, really good at tailoring it to your specific level, because obviously the person who didn't know the strokes was not going to practice the same as someone going D1 for college. So I just recommend, finding something that you like, whether it's robotics club, football, anime club, some sort of art club, whatever. I don't know, there's so many. I don't even know them all. Just find something and get involved with it and do something after school. Don't be that person who just goes home and plays video games. You can do that, but make some fun there. So anyways, enjoy it. It does really go by fast. And good luck.
Hi, my name is Shauna. I'll be attending Roger Williams University and majoring in physical therapy, and I will also be playing on the field hockey team in college. So my high school experience have been really revolved around everything, from athletics to really just diving into community service. So a few things I want to touch upon today is my experience in student council. I am the historian for the student council. It really is a great experience. You get along with everybody else that they said about connections. You really learn about that. But most importantly is you learn how to work with different types of people and really working as a collective group to get more opportunities for your school, and really, if you work for something, putting it back into your community and everything like that. Really is great, love it. Another thing I want to touch upon is Hobie. I went this my sophomore year with JC. For me, it really, really was a huge turn, and I really found my passion for leading various groups. And you just really learn a lot, and it's really great to bring it back to your community and really share it with everybody and your experiences to just better 2 million. Along with this is my experience in Life of an Owl. Similar to Hannah, I play a variety of sports. Along with field hockey, I also ran both indoor and outdoor track and field, and I am part of the cross team. With this, it is really great because aside from academics, you can get into something that really furthers your athletic knowledge, and similar to other people, they usually use this as a treadway for their college career, their choice, going into coaching, anything like that. And along with this, the coaches at Timberlane are really great, and they know how to motivate each and every person, even if it's something your main sport or it's just something you do as a hobby with your friends. And lastly, I just want to touch upon National Honor Society. Similar to other people on this panel, it really is a great organization to be a part of.
And the huge thing for them is community service. And since my freshman year, I've gone over 100 hours of community service. And it's just really, really great, and I'd recommend to anybody just get involved, put yourself out there. I can trust that no one is judging you. We're all here for the same reason, and that reason is to make Timberlane the best place it can be. Thank you.
Hey, what up, guys? My name is Billy Savage. I'll be attending Lemoyne College in Syracuse, New York next year to play lacrosse. I've been a starter on the varsity team for lacrosse for 4 years, and I'm senior captain now. I've also been enrolled in many other sports. I've done winter track, soccer, wrestling, and football. But the sports here are awesome. Like, you'll be playing with your friends, and the coaches here are great, as like many people have already said. The lacrosse coach, Ken Blaska, he's a great guy. I look to him as a father figure, and like along with many other of my coaches, they're just like great people and great people to be around. So, also when I go to college next year, I'll be majoring in business and minoring in biology. So, we also have a club up here, Business Honor Society, which I'm a part of and I'm the president of. So if you like business, then try to get onto that as soon as you can. I didn't even know that I liked business until high school, until I started taking business classes. And then from there, it just like led me to make that my major for business. And then I'm also part of Project Hope, which is a cancer research organization here at the high school. It's student-led. As many of you may know, we do a fashion show every year to raise money for cancer. It's a great organization with great people. We're always doing great stuff for the community and giving back to our community as well. And so I have a deep connection with Project Hope and with cancer. Some of you may as well too. But even if you don't have a connection with it, it's just a great organization to be a part of. That was probably one of my greatest memories of high school, was being part of that organization. So, yeah.
Maybe one more round of applause is appropriate. They did a tremendous job up here. Not easy being here in front of 300 plus people at once, so you guys did a tremendous job. I was upset that many of you didn't mention your incredible 6th grade math experience. No big deal. My feelings aren't hurt too much. We do have a few minutes left, so I'd love to give you guys the opportunity. If you have any questions, all you do is raise your hand. Please go ahead.
For sports, do you have to have a certain skill level to doing them?
For sports.
No, you do not. I ran cross country in middle school. I wasn't good. I started in high school. I still wasn't very good. But it got a lot better because of the people there. I became friends with the seniors on the cross country team, and I wanted to run with them, so I just kept on training with them, and eventually I was going to states by the end of my freshman years. But no, you definitely do not have to be at a certain skill level. You can really do it at any point. And we have, I know football, we have a freshman-only team, so you're going to be with other freshmen, people in your grade, so I know specifically for that, it's nothing crazy.
Bill, you already got a mic, so
So, basically, no, you don't. Not at all. As Coach Mensis knows, I'm not a soccer player at all. He stuck me in the net, and I played goalie for him. But honestly, throughout my entire life, I was not an athlete at all. I really had to work for what I have now. But everything needs to have a beginning. So wherever you start off, you'll be good, as long as you work for it.
I encourage you to do and participate in sports, even if you have not played before. Some programs are actually struggling with numbers right now, like the girls basketball team. We actually had people on the varsity team that had never played basketball before because we only had one team. So please get involved, and even if you have never done it before, people are accepting and you will learn how to play, and you will learn new skills along the way. So please get involved.
Well, the hand shout out for that question. That was an excellent one. Again, the more questions, the better it is for the conversation. Ms. Bennett.
We're about to elect your freshman class officers. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of the new president coming in? What will be the responsibilities for any of you elected class officers from these grades?
I will continue to want to make sure everyone at home can hear as well, and students. Question is about how we're about to elect our class officers. So, could anyone speak to the importance of the class officers and what they do?
So, like they all touched upon with sports, it's kind of the same for student council. We need you guys to keep going. Sports teams, clubs, organizations, we truly want you there. So for student council, we've been kind of low on our numbers recently, and I didn't apply to student council till I was a sophomore, and I'm now the president. So it's kind of like what we were talking about before with you don't really have to get involved, don't spread yourself too thin. But as far as elections go, I hope you guys all vote. I hope you guys all watch the videos of those running. For freshmen, typically, your freshman year on student council, your executive will definitely decide kind of what you want to do. I know that during our freshman year, we did a lot of fundraisers, which is super important, so you can have money in the bank for senior events, which we're doing right now. We're doing a prom, we're doing a movie night, and so on and so forth. But for freshman year, I mean, Hannah, I think you can speak to this better than I could. It would be like, fundraisers, trying to get up for Spirit Week, and you'll work with your class advisors. There's typically 1 to 2 teachers that kind of advise your group. Student council, we have meetings twice a month. And yeah, I don't know if that answers the question. Do you have anything to add?
Student council in freshman year, as Marie was saying, a lot of it's fundraising, which is super important because you may not realize it, but you guys buying like Yankee candles or whatever you're doing goes into funds for prom and for senior events. So without these fundraisers, you cannot have prom. And we kind of struggled a little bit as a class, and we were very nervous for this year because we didn't know if we would have enough money. So please, please, please participate in fundraisers. Another thing is kind of a little late if elections are happening next week, but don't just do something, as everyone was saying, just to do it, because in student council you need to be involved and you need to fulfill the position and commit yourself to the position in order for it to run smoothly and for things to get done. So please don't just do it to say that you were the president of your class, because there are actually responsibilities that come with being the president.
Go ahead. So basic question about CTE trade school, correct? And what kind of classes would you recommend? You guys have gotten used to this by now, right? This isn't like a major change.
So I do the CTE program at Salem. So you start applying your sophomore year, and there's many different programs. I know Salem has an automotive program, they have a carpentry, health science, a movie program. There's a lot of different programs. Pinkerton has a program where they have electrical, and we send students to Salem and Pinkerton that starting their junior and senior year. And that's where you'll kind of get more into the trades and you'll learn about them to prepare you to go to trade school or to go to college. I do health science, so that's preparing me for the medical field, but there are many students who go for electrical or carpentry, automotive. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Right here. For any specific sports, is it hard to get on varsity?
So I'm going to speak specifically on swim team. The answer is Not at all. The criteria to be varsity for swim. So we all swim together. We all go to the same meets, blah, blah. You can literally swim slower than any living mammal and make varsity if you simply go to practice and go to the meets. The only requirement to get a letter for swim is you try and you put in an effort and you have a good attitude. So for that sport specifically, no, some sports are much more competitive, but for swim, it's a really great sport to join if you're not the most athletic, but you'd like to be part of the varsity sport.
Yeah, so just stemming off what Katie said, for making a varsity sport, it's really mostly based on effort. Like if they see you working really, really hard, like you're there 15 minutes before and you stay like a half an hour later, really going off of that effort and being a part of a team, especially making a positive impact, you have a much more chance of making varsity. It doesn't really depend on your skill, it's just basically establishing that relationship with yourself, your coach, and your team.
As I kind of touched on, it really depends on the sport and the involvement in the sport. For boys basketball, there was like 60 kids that came out for tryouts, whereas in other sports, there's not enough for a JV team. So it depends on the year, it depends on the sport. But as Shauna was saying, as long as you make an effort and work your best and come to practice every day and give it your all, you have a shot.
So like Katie, Shauna, and Hannah all basically hit it on the spot, but I just want to say something a little differently. So for those of you that want to like pursue this in college and bring this to the next level, whether you want to or not, the most important thing if you're going to do that is to start the recruiting process as soon as you get to high school. Don't wait until your sophomore, junior, senior year, because by that time it's going to be over and you're not going to be able to do anything. So as soon as you get up here, you want to get on top of that as quick as you can. I mean, especially with like COVID, like I had a big issue with COVID from last year. It completely screwed up the recruiting process as it did for the entire country. So yeah, but as soon as you get up here, you want to get on top of that as soon as possible and start working on the recruiting process.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately we are about up on our time. We have stolen them from an hour from their, sounds like very busy senior schedules. Just a couple last thoughts I want to share with you, which are every slide that we saw on there, hopefully you guys took the time to read them through, relationships and opportunities. And the people up here have taken advantage of many, many of them, and they are imploring you to do the same. So take advantage of opportunities and relationships with other students, their peers, younger, older, didn't matter, and of course the adults, just like your 8th grade teachers that I hope you felt how much they care about you. Same thing is going to happen in high school, so start having relationships with those teachers because they're going to care about you. They want to help you through your high school career so you can all do the best you can do. All right? One more time for these folks. And for any questions that were not answered, you can feel free to ask your teachers and they can reach out to these seniors and get answers back to you. So thank you very much, teachers. How about we do one section at a time? This section right here. Start it out that way.